spirit meet in tandem. A high frequency channel where source and spirit meet in tandem, where forces between the mind, body, and spirit meet in friendship, while building a unity of energy and creation, fluidity in consciousness, where we let our spirits speak.
Welcome, folks, to another episode of the Raven's Den podcast. I know a lot of you have been wondering what I've been contemplating, what I've been thinking about, what direction I might go. Truth is, this is where it is. Podcasts will stay podcasts. When special guests come in and I do interviews, those will be done over video. Now, please understand, my intention is to be as fluid as humanly possible, digging into the depths of my mind and my soul to provide y'all with really great content. I've been thinking lately, ever since this Mercury in retrograde started, and then I went in and found out that the other, 6 planets or 7 planets are also going to be in retrograde during this month. It's truly crazy energy. The Mercury in retrograde is supposed to slow things down. Apparently, Mercury gets the closest to Earth it can be. Magnetic poles shift with the moon. Messes with electronics. Makes attitudes and personalities wonky and different and ever so shifting. But see, what if that's not even true? What if all these retrogrades are a sign of something? A sign of movement, a sign of human evolutionary shifting. I'd like to say so. I've been noticing the Schumann resonance, the Earth's frequency, is also shifting. It's becoming higher than normal. I think the gifted people should be probably affected most. Higher sensory perception, stronger intuition, clearer visions, more powerful mediumship, and more. So if we take into consideration everything that has happened between 2012 and now, the wars, the changing in the economy, the political shifting, of course. I have been truthfully noticing a few things that I would like to share with you. The first is that I've noticed that humanity, a lot of it, has changed its course of thinking. Everybody's in survival mode. Well, most people are in survival mode, looking to only survive, doing what they can in order to make sure bills are paid and their families are taken care of. But here's a divine truth. What if that wasn't the only reason why these things were happening? Theoretically, what if the universe was actually trying to show us something about ourselves, about how selfish humanity can be and what it has been over the course of the last 10 to 15 years? What if the very nature of this reality, this existence, is part of our karma as a human race? Take into consideration, we've had riots, we've had looting, and from what I can see, we've had the highest death rate and murder tolls than we've ever seen. It's as if the movie The Purge is viral based and is living in this reality. See, folks, sometimes our perceptions of our very realities are skewed, are swayed, are changed by the very nature of the things that are going on around us, or even what we allow to go on within us. The question is, what is real? Apparently, reality is our thoughts. We focus enough energy upon our thoughts, then our thoughts become manifest. They become reality. So right now, what would we as a collective, what should we as a collective be focusing upon? I say positivity. I say coexistence. I also say unity. We have to begin to come together as one people like we did before. One race. And that is the human race. You see, there comes a time in everyone's life that we just see reality for what it truly is. And we also see our part within it. As an example, my part is to be a voice, a guide, a moving force of energy to help assist and positively shift whoever's willing to experience it. But what is your place? Where do you think you're supposed to be? We have to look at everything now, because a lot of the times we are indoors, mask mandates, and not sure about whether or not vaccines are even what they are trying to be portrayed as. There's a lot of confusion now. There's a lot of confusion because the outside external influences are attempting to make us confused and tell us what we really want, what we should do, what we need to do, and what we have to do. But I don't believe that that's true reality. We need to see life for what we want it to be without the projection of not having a care about anyone else that stands in our way. Sometimes individuals stand in our ways for a reason. Sometimes it's to help us, and sometimes it is also to hinder us. Sometimes we share the same emotions or the same ideologies or opinions without us even knowing it. See, what the external influences wants us to see is that there's more negativity, darkness, and chaos than there is love, passion, compassion, and light. But the truth is, it's the total opposite, really. The only difference between the darkness and the light is that darkness loves to be seen, while the light sometimes becomes introvert, waits for the right moment, and sometimes never finds it, while the darkness takes every opportunity to remove life from us. But we have to be that light. We have to be that guide to those that are lost. Also be that guide to guide ourselves in the direction that is absolutely necessary to live an amazing, extraordinary, and abundant life. But because of things like chemtrails and outside our own earth, probably vibrations that are being sent down that are attempting to sway our brainwaves and shift them into a level of chaos, we have to find that light again. I saw rather, a gradual influx in that negativity for some time. Look, the news and the media gives you only one perception. But there's many levels of perception that we could accept as truth. We have to see what we've done in our past and forgive ourselves for it, especially the bad stuff. At least the stuff that doesn't resonate. Accept reality for what it is, but then shift it or change it. If you feel that things should have been different, you still have time. I know that because I've been told that many times. The truth is, we don't know how long we have, and time is the only thing that we don't get back. So, what we absolutely have to do is spend our time wisely and not focus on the things that we've already done, and focus on the things that truly bring us into that light within. This podcast was made to bring messages to the world, to provide answers for those that seek them. I am not here to sway you, to force my beliefs down your throat, but I am here to show you different perceptions. The slowness of retrograde for Mercury does in fact makes it feel like things are slowing down because everyone is affected. Same thing with the other planets. During this time, it's time to clean up and tie up loose ends and plan the next stage or begin a new campaign or plan or part of your life. Because once retrograde is over, it's just like a slingshot with that surgical steel ball in that cradle, pulling all the way back until the band almost snaps. And then once it's let go, once retrograde is over, everything goes back to normal, but it also increases in speed. Sometimes it feels like everything is going Mach 5. And we have to catch up to it. We have to make sure that we are calm and relaxed, focused on the goals and the tasks at hand. Most of the time, life is crazy because you let it. Most of the time, life is hard because you just want something different. Life is difficult because you choose it to be. The choice sometimes feels like you're not even making it. But what we have to truly think about is what each and every single one of us really wants in life. And no matter how hard it may seem to reach, we have to push, we have to persevere. We cannot give in or give up. We also have to reflect on those around us. We have to look at, are those friends really friends? Or are they just there for their own entertainment? Or they're there because you can provide them with something for the moment? I found myself to start becoming that person, and I'm working on not being that anymore. I used to spend a lot of time with people at one point because I enjoyed it. I enjoyed smiles and laughter and other ideologies and opinions. I still do, but things have changed. The time has come for our race to be what it absolutely should be. To stick up for the ones that cannot defend themselves. To be part of something bigger, larger than ourselves. But are you ready for that? Are you willing to do what it takes in order to show our human race that there is better than what we're already experiencing? Are you willing to force yourself to feel uncomfortable in order for yourself to grow into that level that has always been you from within? I'd like to think so. The truth is, everything we have, everything that we've reached to, everything that we accept, and everything we reject is totally a choice of our own. We decided, you decided, I decided to live life a certain way. Once we get used to living it a certain way, we become comfortable because we want to feel comfortable. We like to feel comfortable as human beings. We like to feel safe. We like to have a place that we can go to and feel like home. Let's think about those homeless people, the people without homes, the people that find home in a tent or a cardboard box or an alleyway, because that's all they feel that they have. Or maybe that's all they think they deserve. Maybe they think that society has forgot about them. And I'm not just talking about regular people. I'm also talking about veterans as well. The ones that thinks that the government and society has given up on them. I saw it right in front of my face for face value because I, too, lived like that. I felt the struggle. I felt the pain. I felt the anguish. I understand the pain that when you feel like nobody cares, including your own family. I know how that feels. I am totally not asking for pity here, but I'm saying I relate. And I fight in my mind and my heart and in my soul every day to never reach that level ever, ever, ever again. Because it felt like I gave up on life. But there's always going to be light and darkness. There's always going to be that balance. For an overabundance of light, darkness will show up. For an overabundance of darkness, light will come through. That's just a cosmic, unchangeable law. For every death, a life is created. For every life, someone passes. Sometimes we're reincarnated. Some individuals are just left in limbo. And I do think that there is some sort of place for those that lived a life total of violence and dishonesty and hatred and bitterness and regret and sadness. Or maybe it's just the same place. It's just a different dimension, a different timeline. All these things I think of on a daily basis. I look up in the sky even at night, and I pray. I'm not that much of a religious individual. I mean, I am spiritual, but I'm not Christian or Catholic or Muslim or Israeli or whatever other ones are out there. I love to learn as much as I can in order to understand as much as I can. But as I've been learning as much as I can, I feel like there's more confusion now because there's too many things to learn or believe. This time we have to reach as deep as we can go. Are you ready for that? I would like to say yes. I know I am. I look forward to your comments. There's links in this stream. It takes you everywhere. How to get in touch with me, how to follow me. Walk with me on my journey. Let's all work together to reaching that coexistence and that unification of our race being human. It's time for a change. If you're ready, let's walk together. Till next time, folks, be blessed, be humble, live in the vibration of love, and take care of each other. Namaste, and be blessed, my sentient beings.
high frequency channel where source and spirit meet in tandem, where forces between the mind, body, and spirit meet in friendship, while building a unity of energy and creation, fluidity in consciousness, where we let our spirits speak